neza sneak niende nimuone. Nilikuwa neza sacrifice, you know those two monies that you weka kidogo kidogo, una save just to take her out. The mystic Steve yourself.
The bag, now I will not fumble the bag. Fumble the bag, now I will not fumble the bag. Act like you know how this goes.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel where we move and improve. My name is Serphine Olal. If you're new, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for clicking back into this video. So on today's story, we'll be talking about our first heartbreaks, how things went down, how bad it felt, the feelings basically, mostly. So yeah. And before I start, in my efforts of trying new things, I bought I bought an eyeliner and I was trying to do a cat eye, and I feel like I failed miserably. I was trying to see whether I can start doing this makeup things, but I don't think it's my thing because I cannot. How ugly is this? Luckily, I feel like it's pretty. It's not that bad. Plus, like, with me, if I do something wrong when it comes to, like, if I do my eyebrows wrong or anything, I never rub. If this side is wrong, I make this other side match this side. So this side was pathetic. It was smudging all over. So I made this side just as ugly so that it matches the energy, you see. Anyways, so on to today's, like, topic of the day. How it felt, how your first, like, can you remember how your first heartbreak felt? So I did some sort of survey with my friends and I was asking them the feelings, how it felt, how the first one felt, and I have, like, be reading whatever they told me and sharing my thoughts on it, and ask, like, you guys will tell me whether you can relate, whether such things happened to you, and whether, like, how you handled your situation basically. So the first one, anasema honestly, siwezi kumbuka much, but when it happened, I cried. And nilikuwa ushago that time. So nile you're crying kama umejificha. And normally, when I'm really hurt to that point, I feel some tightening in my chest and I start gasping for air. So So I have to look for a spot outside and do a breathing exercise. It was that bad. Do you guys do breathing exercises? It really helps with anxiety, by the way. If you're feeling anxious or nervous, you just breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, it's how many seconds in and then out. In, out. So that is what she does. That is what she did because she was feeling that tightening in her chest. And she continues to say, after I let it out, I was okay. And in the company of my sisters, Wezi Boeka, it kind of took my mind away kiasi. But after 2 weeks, that's when reality really hit me. For me, that's the period when I really felt it, the pain, and started convincing myself that I hate him, but still stalking him. You convince yourself that you hate him, but then you're still stalking him. You post a nice picture of yourself just so that he feels bad, and he feels bad, so just so that he feels bad for doing what he did to you. You're trying to make him feel jealous. Like, you post a nice picture of you so that he sees, you get. So this is what she was doing. And anasema nikafanya the stalking manenos for some 2 weeks, nikachoka. Then I remembered why he actually broke up with me in the first place. Asira zikapanda. So I deleted all his pictures. I blocked his ass on all social media platforms, and Facebook. And then she's laughing because Facebook, anyway, adi Facebook. But through all that, kukula ni kitu sikuwa ishindwa. Siwezi lala njaa. So I cried like someone who lost his husband, but I still ate. I mean, sikuwa ishindwa kukula mimi. I know how, like, when you're stressed, you just don't feel hungry and you don't feel like eating anything. But this one was eating. Her stomach came first. It was the stomach and then the heart. You get. But anyway, me, I find it funny. But I know how it felt, as like I know it was bad in that moment, but right now we can laugh about it, obviously, because it's in the past. When we reminisce on the things that we did, like the things that, like, you're just like, hey, I was stupid, but in real sense you aren't. You're just, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, so story number 2 is an audio. I want you to listen to what happened to this one. So yeah, here we go.
You know, I was literally at that point where I felt like I was just tossing and turning. Siwezi lala, nikijaribu kulala, I can't eat, I cannot.
You remember when the first one said, yeah, kukule kumshina. This one, uyu, the heart came before the stomach. She couldn't eat.
Not sleep. Na says I'm not even hungry. And then now the level of simping, now when denial kicks in, because you're literally even begging. So, and I've had so many people say it, and I can actually resonate, because Nila, you actually even begging someone, yani aki don't go, yani. Hata juzi tulikuwa tunapiga story na nini Julian, and she was telling me even how she's begged before. If you them called Becky in TikTok, I was like, what? I
Simping. Do you guys do you remember, like, me, I feel like it happened to me. I feel like I did to some extent. Like, you're like, hey, yeah, don't leave me, I'll change, I'll be better. You beg. I mean, if I remember embarrassments, but how she says, yani, it got to a level where, yani, you're just desperate. You're desperate. It's like, why did you leave me? Why? And I'm this good. Why did you leave me? So
it's so true. It's true. I feel like literally everyone begs. Ile unaweza piga de magoti mwambie please don't go. Please usiniache. It's that bad. Gosh, the nerve.
Gosh, the nerve. I mean, that is how bad it gets. Story number 3. This one says, of course it pains and you feel like you want to, like, your heart wants to pop out of your chest. So I cried. Ilifika point yenye I just wished he texted me. So ilikuwa ile design, ukisikia text imeingia kwa simu unakimbilia hoping ni yeye. But what I can say is time healed everything. Though it takes time, but eventually you heal. So this one I know, this one for sure it happens even when you're in bad terms with your person, and like you maybe you haven't talked for a day. So anytime you hear your phone chime, like when it does anything, you run. You think, hey, he's texted, only to go and find nothing. So you're in a constant state of anxiety because you're waiting for something that will probably not happen. So if you guys have broken up, my advice to you, when it, like, this one is inevitable. Like, I won't say that it won't happen to you. You'll always be like on your phone just waiting for him to text. And the stalking thing, you'll obviously stalk him. You're just there going to look at his pictures, trying to keep up with his life, seeing if he's online. You're there in his chat, seeing yani he's online, and you're asking yourself, who is he talking to? Who is she talking to, if it happens to you guys? But anyways, so this is the last one. It's an audio, so listen.
Now, Serphine, darling, listen. Whoa, my heart rate.
His heart rate. You know how, like, I feel like your heart, yani, your heart is just beating.
I love this lady. Oh, goodness Lord, I love this lady so much, yani. I did everything. Yani nilikuwa neza sacrifice. You know those two monies that you weka kidogo. Una save just to take her out. The mystic Steve yourself.
Because yani, he can't believe how dumb he got. But imagine that happens for love. And I'm not like, you shouldn't, just because it was bad with that one, I feel like you shouldn't stop yourself from loving again and doing those things again because that one didn't go as expected. You get? So let's...
Fuck was so lambistic. Now, I really love this lady, and unfortunately, we had agreed that, you know what, perhaps maybe after campus tuta link up. Alienda campus, akapata na mathadia, mafothia. She was not the same. She just started sending me texts that, you know what, anani avoid nini, and that was my first heartbreak. It felt bad. It really felt bad.
So, if you're in campus and you had a boyfriend before campus and now you went to different universities, so what happens? Do you date like long distance? Do you like plan on what happens, by the way? Because I feel like most people start like serious dating in campus, like leave alone the high school sweetheart shit like we used to do. When you get to campus now, like you know yourself, you're a small adult, you're a youth. So now you start dating. The dating life seriously starts. So what happens if you're in different campuses? Ama like one is in Nairobi, the other one is in Kisii, or just somewhere far from, like, do you guys feel like long distance works? So let's finish what he likes.
Because, you know, I really loved this lady. Never again shall I ever trust someone at you and in a long distance relationship shit. It never works. It will never work. But it felt bad though.
He says it never works, it will never work. But it depends with people. I have stories. I know of people who like dated like long distance and they got married. But also the problem is, anyway, this one, if I start talking about it, it's an entire topic again. But long distance is hard. That's what I can say. And to like, I'm in support of like long distance. Like it rarely works. To be honest, it rarely works. So I'm in support of that. And luckily, with guys, I feel like with guys, what happens is if something like that happens to you, because I feel like at that point he was really in love, and so like you end up defining love by like what happens to this particular situation, because it didn't go as planned. They broke up, and so you end up feeling like all women will treat you like this one did, and so you prevent yourself from falling in love. And what happens is, in this generation right now, you're like, hey, me, I tried this shit and it didn't work for me, so you're like, I'm not doing this anymore. Because I feel like that is what goes through. Like if you listen to every guy who always talks about like, hey, Mimi, I'm not for serious relationships or things like that, there's always a background story. There's always a chick who did a number on them. Like there's always something. But I feel like you shouldn't define like one, like you shouldn't use one bad relationship to define. Like now you feel like love is not meant for you, or love is fake, things like that. I don't feel like it should be like that. Even for women, you like if like your first one goes bad, like this guy, maybe you had planned your whole life together, and now you end up not being together. Now you feel like, there's no one else out there for me. It shouldn't be like that, should it? Should it? It shouldn't. I don't think it should, by the way. You're just supposed to like go through your feelings, heal, and just be open to other things. But if that's your choice, if you feel like you don't want it anymore, Pia, it's totally allowed. Whatever makes you happy, mama. And bye-bye. Whatever makes you happy. But for me, I'm a lover of love, so I've been heartbroken plenty of times, and I still had hopes that I'll get my one. Anyways, so my conclusion about this, is heartbreaks, it's not something like you'd want to do it. I know sometimes like you have to break up with this person, maybe to protect yourself, to protect your heart, your emotions, because in a fanga 2 point you see that there's no way I'm going with this guy, you get. And it's only wise if you choose yourself, if you choose to not stay in a particular situation longer than you should have, and protect yourself. Mimi, I remember my first heartbreak felt like, it was the end of the world. I felt like someone took my heart and literally did this. Because it was bad. I cried. I think my tears could fill a whole 20 liters because I cried. But I got over it. I got heartbroken plenty of times after that, and I was so familiar with the feeling, and I just like, sure. I soldiered on. I soldiered on, and like after some time, like you'll just heal. What I can say is, if you're going through a heartbreak right now, in case you go through one like later on in the future, which I don't hope for you, of course, but just take it easy, relax, one step at a time. One step at a time. What I can tell you is, don't beg someone to be in your life. If they don't want, even no level of begging will make them stay. So just respect yourself and don't beg. Just let it go. I mean, cry, talk to your friends. It's so good to have people around you, because sometimes they help you, like, not relive that moment over and over and over. Yeah. So yeah, thank you very much if you've watched up until this point. I love you very much for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, I wonder what you're waiting for. I wonder, do you still doubt our content? Do you still doubt that we are fun and amazing in this channel? So please share with your friends, share with everyone. Like, let's grow together. I want us to get to at least grow together. Thank you very much if you watched up until this point. God bless you. May everything you want come through for you. I'm wishing all wonderful things in your life. And yeah, bye.